Hello everyone, FPL Obsession here and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to look at how I did in game week 23 as well as my transfer plans and captain's picks for game week 24. So let's get into it. So game week 23 and where do you start? End of the week on 39 points for a small red arrow, although I've still got Jordan Pickford to play on Monday night at home to Leeds. Not a great week with Ekitike being benched as well as Foden and Haaland, although there was a leak about Foden and Haaland and I made a transfer from Foden to Semenyo and captain Semenyo, who thankfully got me a goal. My other points mainly coming from an Enzo Fernandez penalty on Sunday and Van Dijk finally getting a return on Saturday with a goal. And everyone else basically just got the single point apart from Wirtz, who got 2 points. I do have some problems in my team with Patrick Dogle coming off with what looked like a hamstring injury. Granit Xhaka didn't play as he was injured at the weekend, and I would like to get rid of my 3 Liverpool players. There is a chance I'll wildcard in week 24, and I'll post a video later in the week with a couple of wildcard drafts. I will look at a few potential transfers later on in this video, but for now I want to take a look at the fixture ticker as there's some massive fixture swings starting in game week 24. So, looking at the fixture ticker, Bournemouth sit right at the very top and Senesi and Evan-Nielsen will appeal, as well as Krupa Jr. as a budget enabler. Senesi has hit DEFCON a staggering 18 times already this season and that ranks him right at the very top. Evan-Nielsen could be an option as we all seem to be struggling for a second and third striker. He's on penalties now and his minutes should be guaranteed with Semenyo leaving and Tavernier getting injured. Chelsea, in my opinion, have the best 4 fixtures run that any team is going to get this season and starting in game week 24. They've got home games against West Ham, Leeds, Burnley and a trip to Wolves in the next 4 and that just screams that we should be investing in Chelsea assets. Robert Sanchez, Trevor Chalobah, Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer. Them 4 would be my main picks, although Cole Palmer does carry an injury warning. Liverpool sit third on the fixture ticker, and as someone who owns Virgil van Dijk, Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike, I know just how frustrating they can be, and I wouldn't recommend buying Liverpool assets at all. In fact, I'll be looking to sell mine rather than buy them. Many will have their eyes on Crystal Palace assets for their plum home fixtures in game weeks 26 and 27 against Burnley and Wolves. Daniel Munoz really interests me, but will their defence be quite as good now that Mark Guéhi has signed for Manchester City? Brentford, they sit bottom of the fixture ticker with what looks like on paper a bad set of fixtures. Igor Thiago is the second most owned striker in the game, sitting at around about 40% ownership, but is now the time to sell him. So, having looked at the fixture ticker, these are my potential transfer targets for game week 24. My first transfer target is Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United. Currently priced at 9.4 million and he's probably the best midfield option to own in FPL right now. Since the start of the season, FPL managers have been crying out for him to play in a more advanced role under Ruben Amorim. As soon as Michael Carrick took over, that's exactly where he's played him, in his favoured number 10 role. He plays 90 minutes every week, he's on penalties, he's on set pieces, and now he's playing in a more advanced position. Surely this will only increase his share of goals and assists. Looking at his underlying numbers, Bruno sits third for expected goals and second for expected assists among midfielders per 90, which is all the more impressive considering the deeper role he's been playing. His upcoming fixtures are great and is a strong captaincy option for game week 24 at home to Fulham. Let me know in the comments if you'll be buying Bruno this week. Next up is my second potential transfer target in Brian Mbeumo. And as explained when we looked at Bruno, his upcoming fixtures are very favourable. I expect Man United to score many more goals under Michael Carrick and Mbeumo will surely get his fair share of these. He currently sits 4th for expected goals and is in the top 10 for expected assists amongst midfielders. He could be a great differential at around 12% ownership, although I'd expect this to increase quite quickly. He's a great option if you can't afford Bruno, in my opinion, although I would try to free funds for Bruno. My final potential transfer target this week is Cole Palmer. Game week 24 shows a huge swing in Chelsea's favour, with prime home fixtures against West Ham, Leeds and Burnley, and a trip to Wolves in the next 4. But is buying Palmer too risky with his injury record this season? He's been in and out of the team, his minutes are being managed, and will he start every Premier League game? They do have a second leg of the Carabao Cup tie and a potentially two-legged Champions League playoff if they don't finish in the top 8. I just don't see him starting every Premier League fixture, and for me, it's probably just too risky to bring in, although if I wild-carded, I would possibly get him. Would you pick Palmer for game week 24? Please let me know in the comments below. So, after all that, there's no surprises for guessing who I'm going to be bringing in this week. That's right, it's Bruno Fernandes. I have 4.5 million in the bank, so I can go all the way from Granit Xhaka right up to Bruno. Xhaka missed the weekend fixture away at West Ham due to injury, so for me, it's a no-brainer. And finally, this is how my team lines up for game week 24. I hope you've enjoyed my first ever YouTube video. It's been really stressful to make, but I've enjoyed it and I hope you have too. If you have, I'd be very grateful if you could give it a like, and if you want to see more of my content, including my Game Week 24 wildcard drafts that I will be posting later this week, then please subscribe to the channel. That's all from me for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.